Shalom, my name is Yehoshua Ya'acov. I'm recording from Jerusalem. The date is January 27th on Sunday. The purpose of the video is a briefing, and specifically the briefing is about something seemingly esoteric but quite significant to individuals, families, communities, and nations around the world. It is the collapse of the local reality, a little observed phenomenon that began on, February 26th, 1991. There was the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq. In the same year, on December 25th, 1991, the Soviet Union, communism collapsed. That was its local reality. November 5th, 1995, Israel, we had the murder of Rabin and the collapse of the local reality here, which was Israel's Zionism. September 11th, 2001 in New York, collapse of the Twin Towers, which was the collapse of the, that's the watershed event. This phenomenon is spreading around the world, and its effect is such that it will affect every person on the planet, and every nation and every person. What is probably most needed to know, it's the most significant event perhaps of the past century, and the most important thing to know about it, I think, and to understand, although it'll take some time to comprehend it, to grasp it, the official narrative of the event of 9/11 tells us of the hijacking of planes being crashed into the Twin Towers and their subsequent collapsing, and the tragic loss of life, the death of nearly 2,700 people, and in the Pennsylvania plane crashing into the Pentagon. In addition to that official narrative, there is the meta-narrative, and the meta-narrative tells us the meaning, which is the end of man's exile from himself and from God, is the grammar, and we need the meta-narrative to convey that. And Israel is the land and the place from which the restoration of prophecy gives us access to this meta-narrative. Simply stated, when God speaks and Israel is in its place and we have the restoration of prophecy, we receive and we hear and we understand the grammar and the meaning of these events, and that's precisely what the meta-narrative means. It means the end of man and mankind's exile from his authentic self and from God, and that in physics, in terms of physics, the model of that actualized is collapse of the local reality. They can't exist. The quantum reality and the local reality can't exist simultaneously. When the local reality collapses, you're in the quantum reality. This is the briefing that I wanted very much for George Bush to receive when he was in Israel, but he didn't. And that's a function of, in Israel, the people who are closest to God are the leaders of Israel by our tradition, not the nominal and marginal politicians, and that's who you met, Mr. Bush, when you came. But that said, maybe when you come again, you'll have an extra 5 or 10 minutes, and you'll meet some of the sages and Gedolim of the country, and your briefing will be something significant and quite different. And particularly, it'll be about the collapse of the local reality, so that you can understand the significance. It's highly significant to America. What replaces the East West models, both the Soviet Union and America? Those models are collapsing or imploding. What replaces them is the East West Convergence Model. I'm its author. It is by name Humanomics. It has two paradigms. It integrates two paradigms. Its central organizing principle is the new cognitive science paradigm, receive it to give. And you need to be briefed on what specifically receive it to give means. That's another video. Another subject all of its own, and the other is the integration of labor, which replaces the industrial model of the division of labor, which is the post-industrial model. You combine those two in Humanomics and you have what replaces the collapse of the local reality. And that's what's next for man and mankind. That's your briefing, and we pray for you all and wish you Godspeed. We thank you again, President Bush, for your tremendous effort on behalf of the people in the land of Israel and the Middle East, the Palestinians and the region for peace, and also Tony Blair and many others. Again, we thank you. All the best, and again, my name is Yehoshua Ya'acov from Jerusalem. There's a blog. The website will be put back up again soon. There will be bulletin boards, and there will be interactive. There will be video libraries. There will be a whole there'll be an array of technological methods used to expostulate and to disseminate Humanomics in general and its two paradigms, receiving and the integration of labor in particular. Again, thank you very much for listening, and shalom from Jerusalem.